So, welcome to Maximize Your Monday. And today's quote of the day, I'm super excited to share this quote with you today. Today's quote of the week comes from Mahatma Gandhi, and it says, "Live as you if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever." Now, think about that quote, what it says. And the interesting part about this quote is a two-part quote. So, if you really think about it, the first part is live as if you were to die tomorrow. Think about that real quick. If today was truly your last day, if today was your last day, what would you do differently? Would you be doing a lot more today? I don't know about y'all, but if I knew today was my last day, I would make sure I was living life to the fullest. I would make sure I was around my loved ones. I would make sure I'm expressing my love to the ones I care about the most. I'll be living in the present moment. I will appreciate the present. Wouldn't you? If today was your last day, you would appreciate the present moment right now. Not only that, you would want to cultivate a feeling of gratitude. If I knew today was my last day, I would be giving gratitude. I would be giving thanks. I would be giving appreciation to the ones around me, the ones that care for me, the ones that love me, the ones that make me smile, the ones that make me laugh. I would be living in the present moment because I know today's my last day. So once again, the quote says, live as if you were to die tomorrow. So how are you living? And it says, learn as if you were to live, learn as if you were to live forever. Now, for me, if I knew today was my last day, I would make the most out of all opportunities. Like for real, I would just be living life to the fullest. And I'll be thinking about what are some dreams, what are some goals, what are some things that I want, do I need to get done before I'm gone? Like what dreams have not been realized? I don't know if you ever heard the quote by Les Brown. You guys know Les Brown? He's a super duper motivational speaker. So you gotta be hungry, right? That guy. So he has a quote, and he says the graveyard is the richest place in the world. The graveyard, like graveyard. What do you mean the richest place in the world? And Les Brown says that the graveyard is the richest place in the world because that's where dreams were never fulfilled. That's where books that were never written stay. Like people have their dreams, they died and they never expressed their feelings, they never expressed their dreams. They have books they never written, songs that never been sung, inventions that never were shared, never been even invented, never even came to light, cures that were never discovered. Why? Because someone kept their mouth shut and they weren't living in the present. They were, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. But what if you knew tomorrow wasn't coming? And it all comes down, all these things that people, the songs, the music, the inventions, the cures that people didn't come up with is that because they were afraid to take the first step. They were afraid to take the first step, or like I said earlier, they said, I'll do it tomorrow. Another one of my favorite quotes is, why do tomorrow what you can do today? Like, why save it for tomorrow? Do it today. Live in the moment, like the quote says, live today as if you were to die tomorrow. And it's also about embracing being spontaneous. Like if I knew tomorrow was my last day, I would be more spontaneous. And I try my best to live my life like that because you just never know when life is gonna go. You just never know. I remember one time I had a buddy of mine, he's probably watching this, so he'll watch the recording for sure. His name is Jonathan. Jonathan called me on a Monday. We were conversing. He goes, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to Guatemala on Friday. I'm going to be spending like a month with my grandmother. There's all these festivals, there's cultural festivals. They live like 3-4 hours into the mountains. It's really like legit Guatemala. Not like tourists, like legit Guatemala, right? And he goes, I'm leaving on Friday. I was like, bro, you didn't even invite me. He goes, well, come. And I'm like, you sure? Because you know who you're talking to. I'm a make it happen captain. And it's Monday, and I'm about to make it happen if you're serious. So he goes, bro, all you got to do is cover your flight, and you can stay at my grandmother's house. We'll have a good time. We'll be in Guatemala. And I was like, all right. And at the time, I was living in Florida, right, where I am now. But I knew his connection flight was in Miami, right? So I knew that. He gave me all his flight information. And I booked the flight from Miami to Guatemala, same flight he was on. So when he got to the gate and he saw me there, he's like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Bro, you said if I come here and I go with you, I'm taking care of, so I'm going to Guatemala." And it was spontaneous. We had the best time of our lives. There's multiple stories like that. I just go. My friend Jasenia and her husband Pedro invited me to Colombia one year for my birthday. I'd never been to Colombia. It was spontaneous. I think we planned the trip in like a week or two before my birthday. And we bounced. My other friend Mafo and Alan, they're pastors here in Florida. They have a big movement in Zambia. They invited me to Zambia last summer. I was like, sure, let's go. Because I was being spontaneous. I was living in the present moment. Back in the day, I remember my friend said, "Max, you know what? How about we all go skydiving?" We had all these people that their birthdays were August and September, and a group of 12 of us, August and September babies, we went skydiving, 12 of us. It was why? Spontaneous. We were living in the present moment. Now, the second part of the quote says, learn as if you were to live forever. So the first part was like if you were going to die tomorrow. Now it's saying to learn as if you were to live forever. And really what I want you to grasp with that is the importance of learning. I heard a quote once, and I keep talking about quotes and quotes. We're going from quote to quote, right? And it says, you're either learning and living or you're dying. See, the thing about life is you got to continuously grow. You got to strive to be better than you were yesterday. Because if you leave something alone, think about it. Any living organism, even a house. Let's say your house, you just leave it alone. You don't do anything to your house, and you just let it go. Like you move away, and you leave the house there. What will happen to the house? The earth will consume it. Uh, Vines will start growing. Weeds will start growing. Mold will start growing. All these things will happen to the house because you're not focusing on it. So when you focus on growing, you're always going to be growing. But the moment you stop growing, you're dying inside. You have to have that growth mindset. And you know what happens also when you become a learner? When you become someone that learns and loves to learn, loves to grow, you become more resilient because you feel like you can conquer anything because you're always learning. And you always have the mentality, I don't know about you, but my mentality for learning, especially when it comes to success, is either I'm winning or I'm learning. I never fail. Well, I shouldn't say I never fail, but I never lose. Because for me, when it comes to failure, I just grab the lesson. I grab the lesson out of it. I'm never gonna lose as long as I have the lesson, because I have the lesson, I can receive that lesson and go win again, go try again and achieve success. And also, by having that growth mindset that you want to grow, that you want to become better, you want to become stronger, it allows you to adapt. It allows you to pivot. If anything wants to go wrong or anything that you need to find yourself out of, because you've learned, because you've gotten good up here, you can honestly focus and think about what are your solutions. So when any challenge, any obstacle comes to you, because you have a growth mindset, you're continuously learning, you know how to adapt, you know how to react, and not even react. You actually, in some sense, if you learn enough, you can be proactive rather than reactive. Now, how do you do that? I want to give you some tips. I would say books. Read books. Books are super important. If you need a list of books, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post inside the description or something like that. I'll post a link to some books that I would recommend. I'll do that. Audios. How about videos? YouTube. If you're following this right now on YouTube, like, share, subscribe for future videos. Watch other videos. Learn from people that you enjoy learning from. And two other things. Events, like go to events, go to networking events, go to personal development events, conferences, seminars where you can learn more and adapt your growth mindset. Remember, the quote says, learn as if you will live forever. And the last way you can learn, I believe, is experiences. Like the first part of the quote said, to live today as if you were to die tomorrow, being spontaneous. But in your experiences of life, you're also going to learn. And as you continue to learn, you know what the cool thing? When you learn a lot, you know what you can do for others? You can provide value. You can provide knowledge. And you know how good of a feeling that is? And like the quote says, learn as if you were to live forever. If you truly was going to live forever, wouldn't it be amazing to just continue to add value and make an impact on people around you? Think about that. If you were just sharing knowledge. But here's the thing, and the reason I say you got to continue growing, you got to continue learning the books, the audios, the videos, YouTube, all that good stuff, is because you got to think of it like a cup. If I have a cup, I wish I had a cup here. I don't have a cup with me, but if I had a cup and I was considering, let's say the water in the cup is my knowledge, my experience, the value I want to give, the resources I want to give to the world, to the people around me. And I continue pouring that cup. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit. And when I'm pouring that cup, I have to make sure, as a responsible person, as a person that wants to, if I knew in my head that I was going to live forever, I got to continue pouring into that cup. So I receive water, knowledge, and I take that knowledge, I give it to someone else. So as a leader, if you consider yourself a leader or someone that wants to be of influence, that wants to impact the world, that wants to make a difference, you always have to be learning, because you won't always want to give value, serve, give value, serve, give value, serve, make an impact. And that's the beauty of sharing knowledge. One thing I always tell people is, one thing I live by, I believe it was Les Brown that said this as well: live full, die empty. Live full, die empty. And it goes hand in hand with this quote. See, the beginning says, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. So when you live full, you're living fully in the present moment. Die empty, you're embracing the mindset of lifelong learning. I'm learning forever. I'm learning into the day I die. And as I'm learning, guess what? I'm giving. There's another one that I always hear. Learn, practice, teach. Learn, practice, teach. Learn, practice, teach. You learn it, you practice it in life, you apply it, right? And then you go teach it. Because I want to die empty. I don't want to go to the cemetery with dreams, with goals, with books, with ideas, with inventions, with songs that never came out of me because I was too scared to let it out. You have to live full and die empty. Which leaves me with our declaration for the week. And what we say declarations to speak to the subconscious mind, to really, and we speak it in the present tense. So your mind, your subconscious mind, which is the stronger part of the mind, can actually believe that it is true. And when it believes it is true, you will act accordingly to that truth. And today's declaration is, I am at peace with myself and the word. I am at peace with myself in the world, and everything is going smoothly in my life. I'm going to repeat that. I am at peace with myself in the world, and everything is going smoothly in my life. Sometimes we need to say this to ourselves multiple times because we're going through a funk, we're feeling some type of way. But with this declaration, what it's saying is you're talking to yourself, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. And one of the reasons that I'm at peace with myself in the world is because of the God I serve. See, I don't know if you have a relationship with Jesus or you have any kind of, belief that is something bigger than us. That's where I started. That was the first belief I had. You know what? There has to be something bigger than me. And I went down a journey and I learned to have peace not only with myself, but with the world. But then a bigger peace came when I understood who my Lord and Savior was. And it says everything is going smoothly in my life. If you're still alive and you're still here, there's always tomorrow. There's always the present moment right now. And you can say, you know what? I'm going to make things go smoothly. Even if they're not. You can embrace this declaration. I'm going to say it one more time. I am at peace with myself in the world, and everything is going smoothly in my life. I truly wish that upon you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and being part of this Maximize Your Monday. I don't care what day of the week it is you're watching this, but if you got value, give me a V. And if you really got some value, share it. Send it to a friend. Let them know. Thank you so much for your time. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go live life to the max and let's go impact this world. Take care. God bless. Have a good night. Bye-bye.